Hi, this is Bhavna, and you're watching India Today. I have the entire team of Bandaa with me right here. Firstly, the Manoj Bajpayee, Vinod Bhanushali, and Apoorv. Firstly, a huge welcome. I love the trailer. I feel that it has a lot of, it has everything that the audience would love to watch eventually. But Apoorva, I want to start with you. While dealing with a subject like this, where of course it's based on true events, but it also there's still a section of the society which I know who wants to believe in the innocence of the said person we are talking about in the film. How do you deal with a subject like this? How do you make sure that you don't offend a certain section while showing a story which is based on true events?
See, firstly, this story is already on the public domain, so we've not created anything new. और हमने ऐसा नहीं कि हमने रात को फिक्शन सोचा और बना दिया, ऑलरेडी पब्लिक डोमेन का हिस्सा है कहानी. As far as being offensive to someone is concerned, I think we've taken special care of that. हमने किसी के रिलीजन को ठेस नहीं पहुंचाया, ना हमने कोई ऐसी बात कही है. इनफैक्ट इफ यू लुक एट द स्टोरी ऑफ बंदा, जो हमारा सेंट्रल किरदार है पीसी सोलंकी, ही इज एन एक्सट्रीम शिव भक्त, और वो मानते हैं शिव जी पे, और पूरी कहानी में वो एक बहुत पूजा पाठ वाला आदमी है. तो it is, I think it is only about good versus bad, and we should see it that way. और ऐसा है हमारी सोसाइटी में भी, और इवन इन आवर प्रोफेशन, इन अदर प्रोफेशन की कुछ चुनिंदा लोग हैं जो कुछ गलत काम करते हैं, उनको बस सेपरेट करा जाता है, और उससे अगर बाकियों को, मेरे को नहीं लगता ठेस पहुंचनी चाहिए, बिकॉज अल्टीमेटली फिल्म का मुद्दा एक बच्ची के बारे में है, एक माइनर लड़की के बारे में है, और वो हमारे दिल के बड़े करीब है मुद्दा, बिकॉज हम सबकी बहनें हैं, हम सबके परिवार में हमारे ताऊ जी की बच्चियाँ हैं, उनके बच्चों की बच्चियाँ हैं जो हमारे बड़े करीब हैं. तो मेरे को लगता है कि अगर हम इसको पर्सनल दृष्टि से देखेंगे तो किसी को ऑफेंसिव नहीं लगेगा. सो दिस इज व्हाट आई फील, और इसी तरीके से हमने उस सब्जेक्ट को डील भी किया हुआ है. द फिल्म इज अबाउट अ फाइट फॉर अ माइनर चाइल्ड हु हैज बीन रेप्ड, एंड दैट इज इट, बिकॉज अल्टीमेटली इस कहानी में सबसे बड़ी वॉरियर कोई है तो वो बच्ची है, क्योंकि अगर उसने आवाज़ नहीं उठाई होती तो शायद बंदा नहीं बनती. सो this is how we've dealt with it.
To the producer now, again, like I said, it's a tough bet, especially in the initial. I mean, you've individually. I mean, इससे पहले जनहित आपने की, which was again different. Again, this seems like a bold move to me. Where did this entire courage came from? Because you know there. Unfortunately, there will be polarized response, or there can be polarized response to a film like this. How do you weigh the risk?
I think once we thought that we want to make this film, it was a conscious decision that are we here to say what is right? Are we here to say what is truth? Because this is not a work of fiction. We have not written. There's no agenda as such that we want to malign anybody or talk something which is not right or not true.
Yeah.
And all said and done, once when I go and meet the Banda and tell him that, sir, this is the film we want to make. If it was wrong, it was not to be made, he would have said no.
I agree.
So now what you get a second from a person, from a respected artist, not only artist, a very learned person, and this is how it. So it's not a calculator; it's a calculator disc. Every business is a calculator.
Yeah, of course, it has to be.
Yeah, and if somebody doesn't like it, or some so you said some section of people don't like it. If I may ask this question, is this right or wrong? Would they say whatever happened to that child was right? Right? That's it.
I agree. Yeah.
So the film is all about that. We were just telling that there is a story, there's an incident, unfortunate incident which has happened, and a courageous girl who stood about, who fought for it, who said that this is something which has happened, and even more courageous lawyer, P.C. Solanki, who's played by none other than Manoj ji. He said that I will fight for you.
See, the thing is, there has been a court verdict.
Yeah.
Okay, on this case, there has been imprisonment, punishment.
Yeah.
Okay, which were decided by the higher court. So when and there is nothing above the law and above the court. Okay. So once that is proved in the court of law, how can we be responsible for telling the story?
Yeah.
You know, we've only filmed it. Okay, we've only made a film on it.
Yeah.
And there is no change from our side. But there are few incidents that we've taken from outside also, because PC Solanki's name is the only thing which is kind of is there as it is.
Right.
Because it was him who agreed upon.
He was okay with
coming into the film. But the rest, everything is fictional. Rest, everything, all the names and everything, we kind of restrained ourselves from using it. But having said that, I also must say that there are few true incidents that have come very handy. We've taken inspiration from to make a complete story, complete film about it, so that the message is loud and clear.
Yeah.
And in the center of it, there is a minor girl.
Yeah.
So when there is a minor girl, and we are talking about a minor girl and her safety and security, the intention is right.
Yeah. As long as that is correct, I think
that's
is what.
So, and on top of that, we wanted to make a great film.
Yeah.
So that not only the people are entertained, but also message doesn't get lost and wasted. Because if there is a bad film, we'll lose a chance. Okay. So, and that we were very, very careful about.
You know, Manoj sir, it says that an ordinary person who takes on the baton which no one else did.
Right.
I think in your career you have done the same thing. At the time when everyone was running after commercial cinema, you chose to do differently. Without making a noise about it, you just did what you wanted to. And today, what was considered unconventional has become conventional. And you have been a crusader in ways about that. How do you see that journey, though, if I may ask? Because every time I see you, every time I see what you do on screen, I'm just like, oh my God, he's a different person altogether. Like, we just watched Gulmohar.
Right.
And that was a different person. And now we watch Bandaa. And I'm just like, oh my God, he's the same person. Like, you know, and it's not easy for an actor to be able to, you know, how do you do
Thank you very much for that. But it's definitely not easy. It really, really requires a lot of practice, a lot of preparation. And it's when I say this, you know, you have all the reasons not to believe me. I always let my directors and my producers say, you know, speak on my behalf, because they are the people who are, you know, who have watched me firsthand preparing for it and really rehearsing it to the perfection to really do it in front of the camera. There is always a desire to do it right, okay? Because I enjoy acting.
Yeah.
I just enjoy it. I enjoy it more than having few drinks with my friends. I just enjoy it more than you know, falling in love with an opposite sex. I enjoy acting more than watching it.
Wow.
Okay, and I enjoy acting more than reading about it. I just feel that there is nothing else that I enjoy in my life. I think there is only thing now which has become quite as important is my daughter. But still, you know, I would say that acting is my pure love since my childhood. Okay, and the love story still goes on.
And it will go on. I mean, come on, we are always waiting to hear what next, or how is he going to surprise us next. And I know that, I mean, I just knew when I saw the poster as well that if it's Manoj Bajpayee on the poster, it has to be good. But Apoorva, that comes with a lot of pressure as well, because you have such a great actor, you have such a great story, and you have to do it right. Do you ever work thinking about that pressure, or did you, when you started with Bandaa, was there a pressure which eventually eased off?
Yeah, it eventually eased off because sir का उसमें बहुत बड़ा हाथ है, because he has a special ice breaking thing. मतलब वो 2-3 महीने कुछ ice break करते हैं. और basically मेरे को ऐसा लगता है कि जब कोई भी एक्टर इतना डेडिकेटेड होता है ना, तो वो आइस ब्रेक अपने आप धीरे धीरे होने लग जाती है. एक डायरेक्टर के सबसे बड़ा डर क्या होता है कि यार मेरे साथ कोई एक्टर समय नहीं बिता रहा है, मैं जिस कहानी पे काम कर रहा हूँ उस कहानी पे, उस स्क्रिप्ट पे, उस डायलॉग्स पे कोई एक्टर समय नहीं बिता रहा. और वो सबसे बड़ा डर है डायरेक्टर का, क्योंकि अल्टीमेटली व्हाट इज हैपनिंग इन प्री प्रोडक्शन इज गोइंग टू रिफ्लेक्ट ऑन प्रोडक्शन व्हेन वी गो ऑन फ्लोर्स. तो मनोज सर के साथ वैसा नहीं है. फर्स्ट 3 महीने हम लोग अगर एक ही कहानी पे बैठे हैं, रोज रीडिंग चल रहे हैं, और बाय द वे इट हैपेंड लाइक दैट, हम रोज रीडिंग कर रहे हैं, तो मेरा डर जो था ना वो खत्म हो चुका था. एक दो ही डर होते हैं, एक वो डर है और दूसरा डर था कि मेरे को मनोज सर को प्रूव करना था कि मैं सही डायरेक्टर हूँ, और मेरे को विनोद सर को प्रूव करना था कि मैं सही डायरेक्टर हूँ. तो
कि पैसे सही जगह लग रहे हैं.
हाँ कि उनका डर जो था कि यार पैसे सही जगह लगाएंगे नहीं लगाए हैं. तो और इवेंचुअली क्या हुआ कि बाय द टाइम वी रीच्ड ऑन फ्लोर, मेरे को लगता है कि हमने उतनी मेहनत कर ली थी, उतनी तैयारी कर ली थी कि आई वाज कॉन्फिडेंट दैट यस वी आर एट अ वेरी गुड स्पेस. तो जब उस मेहनत के बाद आप जाते हैं तो शायद डर अपने आप ही खत्म हो जाता है. दैट इज ऑल. मतलब प्रेशर तो रहता ही है, वो तो हमेशा रहेगा. आई थिंक लाइफ.
बट आई थिंक व्हेन यू हैव able actors to pull off a script like that, आधा डर तो उधर ही मतलब
यस ऑफ कोर्स. और
खत्म
उसके
हो
साथ
जाता है.
अब सर अलग लेवल पे मेहनती हैं.
No,
और
that
सोच
I
नहीं
have
सकते.
heard
Yeah,
from
yeah.
last time I
can-
spoke to Sharmila ji also, and
Yes.
she went and he was gushing while she's talking about him, pata.
Yes.
And because that's a rare moment to see Manoj Bajpayee sir like tongue tied, because he's just like, oh, she thinks this about me, oh my god, like.
एक दिन अखिलेश को सर का जो असिस्टेंट है, उसको वैनिटी में बुला के बोला रुक एक सेकंड, पहले मेरा डायलॉग समझ जा. पूरा एक सीन था, याद है सर आपको, जब वो एकदम से होगा कि अरे मैं क्या फीडबैक दूंगा इस पे.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah.
But you know, Vinod sir, like he said that जैसे आपने भी बोला कि at the end of the day you also have, there's a calculated risk with every project that you do, right? How do you weigh when you have an actor like this, a script like this, आप या फिर आप जब भी कोई script को एक green signal देते हो, how do you calculate those risks? Because in today's time the entire math has changed when you look at films, how it's going to do theatrically, कहाँ पैसे वापस आएंगे. It's just, I mean, there are so many avenues, right? How do you calculate that?
I must tell you one thing. As soon as we had this story, Bandaa and he agreed to do this film, it was easy to convince Z5 that Z Studios that this is gonna be a good film. And when you have actors' conviction that okay, I'm doing this, and suddenly in the market, it's a very small market. We call this a market. People understand that सब लोग चार्ज है इस पिक्चर के लिए, सब बहुत साथ में मेहनत हो रही है, सब बहुत अच्छा दिख रहा है and all this stuff. It's easy to get good partners on board, and that's how you go. Nobody wants to make loss in any business.
Exactly.
कोई सोचता थोड़ी है कि मैं नुकसान करके पिक्चर बनाऊंगा, right? But you have to have your partners like him. I told Manoj ji that Manoj ji, you are one of the producer. Because without his another, say if he would have come just as an actor, जो फिल्म अभी बन रही है वो नहीं बनती. He did not come just as an actor के मैं तेरे को 45 days दे रहा हूँ या 40 दिन मैं तो उतना ही. Like rightly said that as a director he made him comfortable.
Yeah.
Doing readings and he used to go and in his place. Just imagine, मतलब इसे मैं 4 बजे आ रहा हूँ. So the first day तो मतलब ये भी पटर हो गया यार मैं करूँ क्या अभी? What do I tell? So I think all goes well when you have such a talented actor, par excellence, who is which is well accepted by the fan following. No? I mean, I'm riding on his fan following.
Yeah.
So as a businessman, what I did was I just took it in the right way. We had a good subject, which we took like an year to basically finalize. When he said yes, it's fine.
I agree with you, and especially I think with Manoj Bajpayee, one thing one can guarantee is that he will always come in as a producer only of the project as well,
as a
because
asset.
I think he is more into the film than anyone else, right? And that is why the performance shines. But I believe that after the digital boom is when people started to recognize the talent and the actor prowess that you have. I mean, pehle bhi ho raha tha, but it just amplified to another level. Yeah. But I want to understand, and I'm always curious to know, did that also come with a lot of cons, in the way like there are people who would now come with more commercial scripts to you which you may or may not like. There's a pressure of living up to the expectations of people like me who are always expecting something different from you. So how do you look at all of those things? Were you ever tempted to go like
full commercial? No? I mean, see, all kind of films are coming to me, to be honest. The choices are vast. Okay, some people want to release it in theater and they want to go complete commercial with me. But I understand why those offers are coming to me. I completely understand why people are so excited. But at the end of the day, an actor's job is to choose the right script for himself.
Hmm.
I should be aware of my strength and my weaknesses. If I'm not aware of those things, and if I don't, I mean, after taking the film, I should not have a bloated mind thinking, oh, whatever I do, people are going to like it. It doesn't happen that way. People will watch me for what they respect me for. Okay, I can't just fly in the air and start kicking people.
Yeah.
Their expectation from me is different. My own expectation from my actor is different. If at all I'll do a commercial film or mainstream film, I would like to be part of a story first and then the genre.
I agree.
Okay, so if it is a commercial film which has a strong story, I would like to be part of it.
Yeah.
Because people want to see a story with Manoj Bajpayee. They are not interested in watching Manoj Bajpayee, opening his chest and showing his six pack.
Not that he doesn't have. I've seen
I'm sure if a role demands, he'll
but
even
he has already.
I saw some of his interviews where he has shared the routine that he shares, and I'm just like, he kept a vada pav from the evening till morning because he couldn't eat it at that time. That's sheer determination. I mean, हम लोग तो ऐसे बोल देते हैं ना कि यार चलो एक दिन खा लेते हैं, कोई बात नहीं, एक दिन का तो क्या बात है, but that the discipline is what I think.
18 hours intermittent is important for me. Okay, at 9 o'clock I break my fast.
Yeah, I was so surprised that he's refrigerated that vada pav, but he's not eating it. And that is sheer discipline, yeah. I mean, I can't imagine anyone else doing that.
I mean, just to add a masala to this story, I must tell you that I throw away the pav. And I put brown bread.
Oh, that's
it's a brown bread, vada brown bread.
But Apoorv, I mean, I've heard it from a lot of people, but I want to know your experience when you have a Manoj Bajpayee on set. How spontaneous is he, especially with a script like this? Because there's very little that you can really add on from what is written on the paper.
ये ना बड़ा impromptu thing होता है कि जैसे एक हमारी तैयारी है जो हमने कर रखी है, कुछ चीजें टेक्निकल है कहानी में जो टेक्निकल तरीके से ही शायद डिलीवर करनी पड़ेगी, बट कुछ चीजें होती हैं जहाँ स्कोप होता है, और वो स्कोप जब आप तैयारी कर लेते हो ना तभी उस स्कोप मतलब जब तैयारी हो जाती है तभी आप उसके साथ फिर खेल सकते हैं, और सर तो उसमें बादशाह हैं खेलने में। तो वो रहता था सेट पे कि जब भी सर को लगता था, और वो हमेशा एक सेट किरदार के अंदर, ऐसा नहीं है कि किरदार के बाहर कुछ हम कर लीजिए, जो किरदार की नीड है उसमें आप खेल सकते हो, तो वो हमेशा रहता है। आई थिंक इट्स अ फाइन बैलेंस बिटवीन जो एक हमने जो टेक्निकल डायलॉग्स थे वो बोल लिए, नाउ देयर इज अ स्पेस, शायद कुछ ह्यूमर ला सकते हैं, शायद इसको और इमोशनल बना सकते हैं, बहुत सारी चीजें होती हैं। आई थिंक इसमें एक कोई स्ट्रिक्ट रूल नहीं रहता, इट इज ऑलवेज लाइक दैट।
Right. And Manoj sir, again, one more thing. I think you're a book. I can just keep going on when it comes to your craft. But another thing I'm always curious about is that an actor, how do you remain objective to what you are doing on screen, especially after having starred in so many films, right? You give a performance, you look at it perhaps. How do you know, or how do you know that, oh my God, this is something, आज तो मतलब मैंने अच्छा किया है? How do you tell yourself that? What is your objective approach?
There is always a goal that I'm trying to achieve in terms of the graph, in terms of the pitch, with every line. But it's a human body. Sometimes the throat is not helping me. Sometimes the movement is not helping me. It is actually constricting my the whole performance. But with directors like him, they are completely open. They are ready. They are ready to go with you till the end. Okay. So if I'm doing say 6 takes, 7 takes, 8 takes, for him the first take was fine. Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to achieve a little more than that. Till the time I'm allowed, till the time I feel that let's move on and do something else. Now he got it. I try to give him as many variations as possible. Even if I must be thinking that I have achieved it in my second take. But I would like to do 2 more.
For your satisfaction.
2 different ways for him to choose from. Let me spoil him with the choices. Okay, so it's it's because I just love the zone I'm in. When I'm in the middle of my performance, I think is the I can't say it on the camera, but it's the best state to be in.
I think I got it. If I'm smart enough, I did get what you're saying. But do you also put a lot of pressure on yourself? Because I can just see when you're talking as well that you want to come, you're so committed to the character or to the performance that you're doing. Does it ever get to you sometimes? Like, there are days when you just want to have...
Just after 4 days, I love to have wine with my directors and just chill, unwind for some time. And again, next day morning, run, sweat it out and go back to the grind. That's the key to it. Whenever I start feeling completely constricted here and jammed here, and I feel that the brain is getting choked, I always try to just shrug it off by unwinding,
Right.
Yeah, just by chilling out with the director or with any of the actors, and just do things which is not related with the film.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the best way.
That's the best way. You just have to understand when it starts getting to you, it is not going to be in your favor next day. So it's better to just, let the script be.
Yeah.
Let the film be for some time, 3 hours, 3.5 hours, go sit in some restaurant and talk everything but the film.
Wow, is that
chill.
possible?
I do it. Yeah,
Wow.
we do
Because
it.
when
done
we
it so
meet
often.
all the journalists, we are only talking about films and about this, and then I'm just like, will we ever get out of this? Like, can we ever get out of this? But with you, I want to know, because you're at a very early stage when it comes to production on a very individual level, right? What is the vision that you have? Because each film that you have produced so far are very different from each other and very edgy in ways. For example, a Janhit Pe Jari, I don't think anyone else could have supported a film like that.
Yeah.
Bandaa again is in the same, it's different, it's experimental in ways, right? So what is the vision? Like, do you all going forward, you only want to support something which is experimental, which is bold, which is edgy?
I think in my career span of 27 years, I've known enough now that what on the right time, what one should produce or what one should...
Yeah, he's very
What is
smart.
that? So
It has to be.
He's very smart, very sharp. He's a good chess player.
the idea was, all this, I would say the COVID period changed the entire graph also. One could see what's happening. You just have to then pick up a right
Adapt,
thing.
yeah, true. But
And
what
that's
next? I mean,
So next, Atal.
नहीं उसके बाद मतलब what kind of films do you want to like?
There are certain films.
Which
We'll
is
talk.
in
He will
consideration.
talk. He's
Let
not
the
letting
right
you
thing
know
come.
because it's he doesn't want to tell his actor.
Yeah.
I've told it right now.
He must have offered you already.
with Manoj ji, I can say that not only about films which we want, I have that trust, that sir, I'm doing these things. This is right.
Yeah.
Am I
And
on
I
the
think
right
he's one
path?
of those honest people who will literally like
so he
tell
said,
you.
yeah, I just told him that this is the two directors I've signed. He said, "Nee, good, yeah, these guys are good to work
अच्छा मुझे भी पता था.
with." Oh, बताऊंगा, obviously बताऊंगा. But the idea is that there are takers for good content,
Yeah.
and once you decide that those 142 crore is not a small number what we have, we just have to identify what kind of a story one needs to pick, which is because there's so much of a content. There's so much of content.
There's so much of content, but the best content is going to hit the screen of your TV, of OTT, Z5 on 23rd May. Don't forget to watch it. Watch it. Make others watch it. Show your family, friends, everyone. But give your response on social media, wherever you find us. Write it to us. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Wow, this is a very subtle way of ending things. Very subtle, I must say. He's learned the trope really well. Very subtle. And like, ये बोलेगी नहीं उससे पहले मैं बोल देता हूँ ताकि she knows now that she has to end. Very nice, but I will not leave you without asking about Family Man. You tell me what is happening there because people obviously...
the contract, we are waiting for the contract to come to our lawyers, and now the process is starting now. By the end of this year, I think we are going to shoot. We're starting to shoot now. So once the shoot will be over, it takes around 8 months after that. The post-production is humongous of any series.
Yeah.
Especially Family Man, it requires so much of hard work, mainly after the
Yeah.
film shooting is over.
Lovely. I'm looking forward to seeing everything and anything that you are in.
See,
because
I'm
I
looking
know
forward
that
to wearing the costume of Srikant Tiwari
Yeah.
and getting back to the team where the children have all grown up.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh yeah, this
the
is going to
daughter
be
has
very-
become quite a young lady now, and the boy has become a young man. So yeah.
श्रीकांत के बहुत ज्यादा अलग टेंशन होने वाले
अभी
हैं
अलग
अभी,
tension
है ना.
होने
पहले एटलीस्ट बच्चों का लाइक उनकी जो पर्सनल लाइफ है वो सिर्फ स्कूल तक सीमित थी. अब
अभी काफी बाहर
अब काफी बाहर जाएगी. But on that note, thank you so much. I hope that Bandaa does really, really well, so that all of you are emboldened to pick up subjects like this
Thank you.
and are encouraged to do movies like this.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.